are accused does before, except that the accused is still is further joined by Mr. Kapuru from Sydney. Kapuru from Sydney. And Connery Mugabe. Connery is C-O L-E-L-Y. Mr. Connery Mugabe. Your Honor, we have duly uploaded documentation in respect of the bail application, which I seek to address the question. Your Honor, in terms of the law, Article 23(6)(a) of the Constitution gives a right to apply for bail. Article 23(6)(a) gives an unrestricted right for accused persons who have been charged to apply for bail. And this is primarily based on the fact that accused persons enjoy a presumption of innocence. Accused persons enjoy a presumption of innocence under Article 28, Clause 3A of the Constitution. Your Honor, we also rely and take guidance to ask the court to take guidance from legal notice number 8 of 2022, that is the Constitution Bail Guidelines for courts of judicature, practice directions. Legal notice number 8 of 2022, the Constitution Bail Guidelines for courts of judicature, practice directions 2022. The general principles regarding bail are produced as I've already cited in paragraph 5 of the bail of those bail guidelines. And in particular, they are summarized as the right of an applicant to be presumed innocent, as provided before. The applicant's right to liberty, as provided before in Article 23. The applicant's obligation to attend trial. Discretion of courts to grant bail on reasonable terms. And lastly, the need to balance the rights of the applicant and the interests of justice. Your Honor, there's therefore no doubt that in terms of the law, there is the right of the applicant to apply for bail, and for the application to be considered favorably in light of her presumption of innocence, and liberty. Your Honor, pre-trial remand is something that should only be considered in very deserving cases. Pre-trial remand. And the courts continue to hold that the trial courts should avoid a mechanical determination, a mechanical denial of bail. And therefore, we implore Your Honor to take into account the provisions of the Constitution and the bail guidelines that we have pointed out, and consider that the law requires that the applicant be released from bail. I will now address Your Honor on the antecedents. Your Honor, the applicant is in 49. She's a biological mother of 2 boys. And an adoptive mother of 4 girls. The applicant is the executive director of the Center for Constitutional Governance. The applicant is the executive director of the Center for Constitutional Governance. Which is very active in civil society. Your Honor, the applicant the applicant suffers from hypertension. The applicant suffers from hypertension and has an attending consultant physician, Dr. Kalika, who attends to her, and has provided a medical report. We'd like to provide a copy to the report. We had a copy, but the additional support recorded just for purposes of following. We have also provided copies to the state. Even the system. The applicant is a resident of Chiwango Namwezi Local Council 1. The applicant is a resident of Chiwango Namwezi Local Council 1 in the Bukerere Ward, Goma Division in Mukono Municipality. Chiwango Namwezi Local Council 1, Bukerere Ward, Goma Division, Mukono Municipality. And the LC1 chairperson of the said cell has written a letter to confirm that indeed the applicant is resident in this cell. The letter is also uploaded on Ekins. Your Honor, we have also uploaded for purposes of confirming the identity and antecedents of the applicant, a Ugandan passport, and a copy of her national ID. The originals are in my custody. They are also uploaded. The copies are linked. Your owner, those antecedents are of a responsible person. Those antecedents are for a responsible person. Who will be looking forward to attending trial in this matter. Those antecedents are of a responsible person who will be looking forward to attending trial in this matter. Clear her name and set the record straight. Antecedents of a responsible person who will be looking forward to trial. Clear her name and set the record straight. There is absolutely no possibility. There is absolutely no possibility that the applicant can abscond. Your Honor, permit me to introduce the court to the proposed sureties. The first surety the applicant provides to the court to guarantee that she will come and attend trial is Mr. Beyanga Joseph. Your Honor, Mr. Beyanga Joseph is the managing director of Power FM, a prominent radio station in this country. His work ID is uploaded on ICMIS. He is a resident of Unsasa Local Council 1 in Kira, Ward Kira Municipality. He is a resident of Unsasa Local Council 1, Kira Ward Kira Municipality. And we have really uploaded the letter of introduction of this LC1 chairman. We have also uploaded a copy of his national identity card. He is a relative of the applicant. And is a very responsible citizen, as is obvious from his statements. He is a brother.
Telephone number
0782 60 20
078
60 20 61.
Your Honor, the second surety, the second proposed surety is Honorable Kiza Wilfred. Your Honorable Kiza Wilfred is a resident of Charlie Wajara Zone, LC1. The resident will tell you what the LC1 is on. And the letter of introduction from our LC1 chairperson has been uploaded. A copy of our national ID has also been uploaded, as well as a copy of her passport, as well as a copy of her current passport. Your Honor, this surety is a former leader of opposition in the Parliament of Buganda. That is the category name of opposition. So this is a very responsible citizen. He's also a former, obviously, a former member of Parliament for Kasese. And she's a colleague and friend of the applicant. She's a colleague and friend of the applicant.
How long have you been friends? How long have you been friends?
For 20 years,
How old are you?
53.
What's your telephone number?
0709 38 33 39.
That's it.
I honor the title of surety. Is Mr. Ochieno Joseph. Your Honor, Mr. Ochieno is a resident of Bireete LC1, Chira Municipality. His letter of introduction has been uploaded. A copy of his national ID. A copy of his ID has also been uploaded. He's a friend of the applicant and understands his obligation. So it's the applicant is available to stand trial as and when it be required by this honorary court.
What's your telephone number?
0787 96 56 56.
What do you do for a living?
I am the should-be president of Uganda People's Congress.
Sorry?
I am the should-be president of Uganda People's Congress.
Your Honor is an active member of Uganda People's Congress, and that's what provides unfortunately. I don't know, and he is one of the leaders. So he's a person very that's actually.
What do you do?
He's an activist. Yes, he's director of Uganda People's Congress and his affairs. And what is involved with? I honor our other proposed surety with Ambassador Sempara Edith Press. Your Honor, we have uploaded. She's a resident of Nakasero 2 Parish, Kampala Central. We have uploaded a letter of introduction from my LC1 chairperson. We a resident of Nakasero Bushland, Kampala Central. We have also uploaded a copy of her passport. Your Honor, she's the retired ambassador of Uganda to the United States. Some other countries which she served in diplomatic service. She's a person of great reputation and responsibility. And shall put her name on the line. She's a friend of the applicant. She knows the applicant very well. And the fact that the applicant is ready to come to attend this court and face trial as and when required.
Zero 782 931 950.
Your Honor, I have duly guided the sureties on their obligations to this court. I have duly guided the sureties on their obligations to this court. I have explained to them that they have a duty to ensure the attendance of the applicant before court whenever it is required. I have also guided them that they have a duty to inform the court whenever the accused person is not able to attend the court due to some circumstances. Your Honor, the sureties are ready and willing to sign the bail bond form on whatever terms this court deems fit to impose on the applicant. Your Honor, lastly, I have taken note of two important things. First of all, the state has communicated that investigations are still ongoing and are not complete. Therefore, we don't even have an idea of when the trial will take place over this charge. Your Honor, the accused stands charged with unlawful obtaining or disclosing of personal data. Unlawful obtaining or disclosing of personal data. It's alleged she shared some information that of course is not disclosed without consent of the record. This is a document-based offense. Your Honor, this is a document-based offense, and therefore the applicant has nothing to do with this sort of offense. There are no witnesses to tamper with. Either she disclosed data or she did not. Either the data exists or it does not exist. And by the time the state has laid the charge, we are entitled to presume that yes, the state has already found out this. And therefore, there is nothing the applicant could interfere with in any way. And therefore, Your Honor, this is an applicant who is entitled to benefit from the presumption of innocence and be permitted to answer to this charge while she is not in custody. And be permitted to answer to this charge while she is not in custody. I therefore pray your honor that this court be pleased to release the applicant on bail on such terms as the court deems fit. I so pray your honor. Your honor, in regard to the state's prayer for an adjournment, we said two things. First of all, the court has discretion to grant bail. And the input of the state will generally be required at the time they are charged with the applicant. Your honor, it is a practice. It is a practice for investigating officers at the point of laying a charge to file an affidavit in opposition if there is anything that would militate against grant of bail. There is no such opposition. And the applicant has been in police custody. As the owner therefore would pray that that prayer is overruled and this court proceeds to determine the bail application. However, in the alternative, we are willing to concede to this matter being stood over up to 3 p.m. for the state to make a response. Your honor, thank God for technology, national IDs, passports, all these, the state has an electronic database. It's a matter of the state going on a computer and logging in, and you'll know that all this document is authentic, this one is not. Very simple. And therefore, your honor, if the court is so inclined not to grant our first prayer, though we strongly think this is a matter where there is no need for any other delay, the state has had ample time and they are accused in their custody. There is no opposition to bail from the investigating officer, and that's sufficient. Show us that. There is no objection. As we have indicated, Your Honor, the accused person is a hypertension patient, and therefore it would be unfair for technical delays to compromise her health further. When ultimately the purpose of the trial is for the accused to be put on trial, and therefore bail is not something where we need to go into very complicated legal arguments and investigations and discoveries. Therefore, Your Honor, would feel that the objections are overruled, but if the court is so inclined, We proceed to this matter being stood back to 3 p.m. for the state to respond and for the court to time to come. Mindful that the accused has been in custody since the 30th of December 2025.
This being a case that has been brought to court by them. Prosecution is granted time to prepare a reply to this application. Application shall be revisited on the 21st of January 2096. This person will be kept on remand till
You may call it a very emotional moment. You may call it a so touching moment that Dr. Sarah Bireete have been denied by. So she'll appear back in court on 21st of January. It's the same day with Dr. Kizabesi. We are going to get comment from these lawyers. They tell us. So please, if you're watching X-Ray Media UK, please be updated by subscribing. Please subscribe. So these lawyers are going to brief us on what. Yes, please keep it X-Ray Media UK. Subscribe. Please make sure you subscribe. Turn on the notification bell so that you'll be updated in whatever we do upload here on X-Ray Media UK. Agenda kuba nti nakumawe naku z'omwezi 21 January. Ndowooza lunaku lulimu ne Dr. Kizabesi. Lunaku lulimu ne Dr. Kizabesi, right? Yeah, the same day with Dr. Kizabesi. So, banange mbasaba busabe. Banange basaba musubscribing. Make sure you turn on the notification bell. Tebye bivudde mu court. Baagala nnyo mukumire ku mukutu gwa Extreme Media. Big up on yourself, Mr. President. President Isaac Sema.
Genda wali